Hi and welcome back. Today we're going to make mac and cheese. 3 different ways, 3 different kinds. Baked, out of a box, and homemade cheese sauce with bacon. Stay tuned. So the first one is a family favorite. My Mimi used to make this, Tuna Mac. A couple boxes of mac and cheese, some tuna, and of course some cream mushroom soup. Now you can't go wrong with this. It's a simple recipe. You take your 2 boxes of mac and cheese, make sure you take the cheese out, dump them in the pot, and of course let those noodles come to a boil. 2 or 3 minutes is all it's going to take. And of course you want to make sure you stir the bottom so they don't all stick. Off the heat, into a strainer, where you go. The one difference that I don't normally do is add milk. If you like it really creamy, way to go. I just don't. So we add a little extra butter to make it nice and buttery so the cheese sticks. And then we dump the cheese in a couple lifts and we'll stir it around, get it nice and orangey looking. That looks about right. On to the next. So like I said, we're going to use 2 cans of tuna for this dish. And of course it's, tuna packed in water, not oil. That's what you got. I guess it could probably work. I've never tried it that way. I'm going to mix the tuna all up, and then into it 1 yummy can of cream of mushroom soup. That's what gives it that extra flavor. Don't knock it till you try it because it is really good. This is like comfort food for me. Because there you go, my Mimi's Tuna Mac. Number 2, we got to grate some cheese, but not that way. So I've got my blocks of cheese, and because of the way I make this, I stopped actually using shredded cheese. It's a lot easier just to cut it in slices. If you have sliced cheese you want to use up, you could do that too. That makes it even easier. Now this is my 3-layer mac and cheese. The block cheese was the one, the bag cheese is the other one, and I also got some sharp Asiago, and that already came pre-shredded. So I've already made my macaroni noodles. Strain them all out. They don't have to be perfectly strained. We're going to set them aside, let them cool for a bit. There's our casserole dish. We're going to spray it with some cooking spray just so it doesn't stick around the edges. We're going to dump about 1/3 of the noodles into the bottom. Our first layer is our Tex-Mex. You can mix it up any way you want for the layers. I'm going to guess that's 1 to 2 cups. Another layer of noodles. And all that cheddar we sliced up, that's going in the middle. Sometimes I prefer it on top, and the Asiago would have gone in the middle, and I'd probably do that next time. Last layer of noodles goes on, and that pre-shredded Asiago gets sprinkled on top. Now I put about a cup-ish down. I actually had some leftovers I used in another dish later on. Into the oven it goes. And that is macaroni and cheese number 2. Third one involves bacon. Bacon. Had a 1/2 pound of bacon. So we're going to slice it up into small pieces so that we can get that in a frying pan and cook it down. And if you want a whole pound of bacon, go ahead. It's just going to make it super bacony. This seemed to be about the right amount. So we're going to boil our water. Again, for noodles, only this time, just to make it a little different, I'm using little small shell noodles. And of course, we got to stir the bottom, make sure they don't stick. Get them up to a nice boil. Yeah, I think they're almost done. Into our frying pan, a little bit of butter, and some flour. On medium heat, of course, so we're going to stir the flour around till it's nice and coated and starts turning brown. This will be what ends up helping to thicken our sauce. Now my brother makes a great mac and cheese. My kids love it. They always have. All his nieces and nephews do. I can't quite replicate it, but I can do this. So salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. About a teaspoon each should do. Or to your taste. And we'll mix all that around. We're also going to add onion powder and dry mustard, about a teaspoon each, maybe a little more than a teaspoon. And stir that around. We're going to pull this off the heat because our next step is adding milk, and I really don't want this to burn. I'll just make sure it's all stirred around and it's not sticking or burning to the bottom. Well, here we go. The recipe is 3 cups of milk. That's just 2% I pulled out of the fridge. If you got whole milk, that's fine. If you want it super, super thick, you could do cream, I suppose, or half and half. I didn't quite have 3. I had like 2.5 cups. This still worked out. Now you want to stir as you're bringing it back up to a boil. I really didn't have it on like super hard boil. It took a couple minutes to get it so it started bubbling. To it, 2 ounces softened cream cheese. You want it super soft. 2 cups of cheddar and a cup and a half of mozzarella. And all that cheese gets mixed together. And believe me, it is going to be yummy. But any other type of cheese that you like, you can throw that in the mix too. So we're stirring it, bringing it back up to a simmer, and trying to get the cream cheese so it's cheesier. I suppose I could have mixed it ahead of time so it was nice and soft, but a little bit of stirring, a little bit of effort, it's going to get pretty close. Plus I had to wait for the pan to get back up to a simmer. You can see here how much thicker it is. I mean, it's still soupy, but I figured that was okay. So to that, we're going to add our half pound of bacon we cooked up earlier. Like I said, if you want to put a full pound in, great. I didn't, and it turned out it doesn't look like it's a lot, but this worked out. In goes our pasta that we cooked. And of course, now we're just going to mix it all together. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to use a spoon or my wooden spatula. I chose for the wooden spatula since it was already in the mac and cheese. And there you go. 3 mac and cheeses, creamy bacon, a 3-layer baked in the oven mac and cheese, and Mimi's Tuna Mac. Well, I hope that made you hungry, and I hope that's something you're going to try. Listen, if you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, a like below. And if I haven't talked you into it yet, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell. That'll tell you the next time I upload a video. And I really hope you enjoyed this. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye.